This is Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, brought to you by the Iowa Soybean Association, your daily recap of the information that affects Iowa's farmers, producers, and consumers, right here in the heart of the heartland. With reports from our award-winning broadcast team of Dustin Hoffman, Riley Smith, and Mark Magnuson. Now, from the IARN studios in Des Moines, here's Mark Magnuson.
Hello and welcome into Ag Matters PM on the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Mark Magnuson. Today is Friday, May 12th, 2023, and we're so glad you could join us for today's show. In today's episode, I will visit with David Greer, a U.S. sales representative for Greeneye Technology, at a recent Greeneye Smart Sprayer Demo Day that was held near Prairie City, Iowa. I will also have a check of the ag weather outlook, but first, let's run down the markets.
It's time now for the Ag Matters PM Closing Market Summary, your source for market analysis and settlement prices from the day's trade in Chicago, courtesy of the folks at agmarket.net.
At the end of another trading day, we are joined by Curt Kimmel of agmarket.net for our market analysis. It was a busy Friday, a big Friday with the release of the WASDE report from the USDA. Curt, what were your takeaways from the WASDE report?
Well, Mark, it was kind of a negative event. They said it would be kind of a negative, and we did see some negative numbers, or larger than expected numbers. We'll start with the old crop. The old crop corn ending stocks was 1.417. That's about 75 million bushels more than last month. Trade is looking for about 30 million bushels more. The key on the old crop corn is that demand side of the picture. China canceled a bunch of corn, and our exports are running 35% below last year's level. So they left everything the same, except they lowered the export projections on that. Beans came in, old crop beans, 215 million bushels. That's about what the trade was looking for. Last month was 210. So old crop's doable from this report. The key on the beans will be the crush report next week. They're looking for another record crush for the month of April, so we'll monitor that as we go. But the big news that turned everything kind of upside down here and kept things lower on the weekly scale was the new crop projection estimates. They put the corn yield right at trend line 181.5. That was a little higher than what the trade was looking for. And on the bean side of the equation, the yield was at 52 bushels per acre, and that was a little higher than what the trade was looking for at 51.8. But if you take those production numbers, use the March plantings intentions report on acreage, that puts corn carryout 2222, just over 2 billion bushels. That was about 120 million bushels more than what the trade was looking for. And on the soybeans, the carryout on new crops is expected to be 335 million bushels, and that's 42 million bushels above what the trade was kind of dialed in at. And this did include a little bit of an increase in demand, because typically, if you're an economist, if you have larger supplies, you have bigger demand. That's the function of the market. Kind of the concerning thing, or the wake-up call on this report, was the cash price projections. This last crop year corn price was $6.60. This new crop corn that we're planting now is coming in at $4.80, $1.60 less. Soybeans a year ago was $14.20 a bushel. New crop projections to be $12.10. So it's going to be important we achieve these trend line yields to have some bushels to offset some of these lower price expectations. It's early in the growing season. A lot can happen. We'll see what happens, as the weatherman is the main guy to watch from here on out. On the weekly scale, we saw July corn down 10 1/4 for the week. December corn down 26 cents for the week. July beans down 46 cents for the week. November's down 56. Chicago wheat was down 25 1/4. The best commodity was the Kansas City wheat. It was up 44 cents on the week. The production number on the wheat came in below trade expectations. And the reasoning for that is we saw them start to factor in a little bit of drier crop out west. The wheat production was 1,658. They look about 1,789. And even though we got more wheat acres, about the same production as last year. It says we got some issues out west, some Kansas, Oklahoma. Wheat tours are going to be taking place here. It won't be long until we see harvest take place and see what we're dealing with. The rain out there is a little late, but it does give producers encouragement or a reason maybe to tear some up and put it into alternative crop. We'll come in here Sunday night, Monday, maybe see a little follow through interest, but after that, we'll kind of keep an eye on the weather forecast, Mark.
Curt, on the other side of the ag marketplace, what did we see take place in the livestock complex?
Saw a stabilization in the meat side of the equation. The June cattle were up $2.47 for the week. June hogs up 32 cents for the week. They continue to buy cattle, sell the hogs on a spread in through here. We're seeing Mother's Day weekend. Happy Mother's Day for everyone out there. We saw quite a bit of featuring, so hopefully that clearance will go well. We'll come in here next week and see confirmation on that. Weather-wise, get some good weather, get some good cookout featuring going, and that would help move some of this product. The report today kind of showed that cattle supplies are still going to be tight. Hogs are going to kind of be stable in through here as we move forward. The thing is, we watched the report today, it did project lower grain prices. Market went lower, so that's incentive for feeders to go ahead and try to get some coverage on this lower market and get those books needed in through here. Basis is going to be the tough one on grain for old crop as you try to work through that. The other thing is we work next week. I mentioned weather. Weather's going to be important for most of the livestock areas to see if these pastures green up, get that hay crop going.
Curt, a lot of information today. Thank you for helping us to navigate through it all. How can our viewers get in touch for more great marketing information?
You can give us a call, 1-800-779-1515, or else you go to agmarket.net.
Thank you, Curt. As always, we'll speak with you again soon.
Take care.
That was Curt Kimmel of agmarket.net on this busy WASD report day. Let's turn our attention now to the closing numbers, courtesy of the folks at Bar Chart. July corn up 4 even at 586 1/4. New crop December corn down 5 even at 508 3/4. July soybeans down 15 1/2 at 1390 even. New crop November soybeans down 24 1/4 at 1223 3/4. July soybean meal up $1.50 at 432.90. July soybean oil down $1.63 at 49.52. Chicago wheat up 7 3/4 at 635 even. Minneapolis wheat up 9 1/4 at 846 even. Kansas hard red wheat up 35 1/2 at 877 even. July oats up 2 1/4 at 335 1/4. On the Merc, June live cattle up $1.45 at 164.40. May feeder cattle up $1.35 at 205.47. June lean hogs up 22 cents at 84.10. June pork cutout down 7 cents at 88 even. And that's been a check of the ag market recap here on Ag Matters PM. We're going to go ahead now and take a quick break to hear from our sponsor, the Iowa Soybean Association and the Soy Checkoff. When we come back, I will be joined by David Greer with Greeneye Technology. This is AMPM.
Iowa Soybean Association is driven to deliver for Iowa's 40,000 soybean farmers. We're proud to provide objective agronomic research, a helping hand with soil and water stewardship, and timely industry news powered by the Soybean Checkoff. Learn more at iasoybeans.com.
Welcome back to Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Mark Magnuson. Today I am joined by David Greer, U.S. Sales Representative for Greeneye Technology, at a recent Greeneye Smart Sprayer Demo Day that was held near Prairie City, Iowa. Mark Magnuson with the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, and I'm here today with David Greer. He is a salesman with Greeneye Technology, and we are here today in front of, as you can see, one of the Greeneye sprayers, which is a retrofit technology, David, and it is an interesting piece that has been folded into the Farmers Business Network environment as well. It's now a partnership between Greeneye and FBN. Why is it important for farmers to get a chance to see this sprayer here in action today? Why is it important for farmers to realize what's going on with Greeneye sprayers?
Well, because this is new technology that hasn't been around yet. The biggest thing is we can retrofit an existing boom with chemical prices going up with our spot spray technology on it, we're actually saving up to 90% of the chemicals that you use in the field. We also, with the way the technology works, you can use the higher end, better chemicals to get rid of your resistant weeds, so you'll have a cleaner field using less money out in the field.
So this is a targeted sprayer. It is a smart sprayer. It can find the weeds and hit them where they are, and as you said, use less product to do so.
Exactly. So we train our artificial intelligence on the system to know exactly what crop you're going to be on. So if you're going through corn, it knows what the corn plant is, so it will spray all the other weeds that are in the field and not the corn. So not only does it save you chemical, with the study that we did last year at the University of Nebraska, we know that there's going to be a certain amount of better yield involved just because you're not spraying the corn as you're going through there.
And some of those numbers from that study that came back were quite remarkable in terms of how much you save in using less product.
Well, the professor that was putting it on believed that we were going to save 10 to 14%. Unfortunately, this guy has done these kind of studies for 30 years. Unfortunately, there's a big hailstorm came in before we got to run the combine through it and actually get the exact data. But I think he's done it enough that 10 to 14% is probably pretty accurate.
So there's also multiple ways that you can use this sprayer. You can still use it in a traditional method where you're broadcast spraying, correct?
Yes. So on the boom right here, so we actually have dual wet lines on there. So the front side is still going to do your broadcast spraying for putting down your residual fungicide, whatever you want to do. It'll still use the monitor that you have in the cab. It's just exactly like what you had before. Our side of it, the Greeneye side, is actually a spot spray with spot spray nozzle set up every 10 inches on the back side. So that way you can do multiple passes. You can use the broadcast side or our side, or use them both at the same time.
So David, why is this sprayer, in addition to the retrofit capability, why is it the option to go with when you're choosing a sprayer that has this kind of technology, this kind of smart sprayer?
Well, like I said, it's going to save you a lot of money on the chemical. It's actually, for those resistant weeds, we probably will actually have a better chance of getting rid of those weeds. And you can actually go through the field later on in the season where you just have a few weeds that have gotaways that popped up. Now you can afford to go through there. You're virtually no money on the chemical side. It's just time and gasoline to go through.
So David, when we see the sprayer in action here today, what are we going to be looking for? What are we going to try and see?
So basically, normally you'd go out, we're still going to put down a pre-emergent, but normally you'd put extra chemical in to cover the whole field. Right now there's not a lot of weeds out here, so on the monitor it'll probably say, I think they were saying that we are saving 97% of the chemical that you would be putting on. So we'll still hit the weeds. We're using 97% less contact killing herbicides.
So what else would you like to tell us about this sprayer, this impressive technology that we're in front of? As we mentioned, it is retrofit. What technology can it adhere to? What brands can it already be applied to?
So right now we're doing Hagie, John Deere, and Case. Pretty soon we'll be switching to the Fence, Miller. We'll pretty much be able to do any self-propelled sprayer that's out there.
So right now, if you do have an existing piece of equipment, there's a good chance it will fit to your equipment that you have?
Yes, it will.
And what's the best way for people to learn more information if they're excited about this new technology?
So our website is www.greeneye.ag.
All right, he is David Greer. He is a salesman with Greeneye Technology. We're taking a look at the smart sprayer here today. And David, quickly as well, could you tell us a little bit about this impressive technology that actually sees the weed that we're looking to target and go after and avoid the crops? How does it actually function? Is it looking at a picture? Is it using some kind of laser? What is the technology there?
So right here is a camera. We got 24 of them that go across a 120-foot boom. They take about 5,000 images a second. Every two cameras are tied into a GPU, graphic processing unit. They actually will look at a 10 by 10 grid, and if there's weed in that, it will take a picture, or it takes a picture, sees weed, and it turns on the corresponding nozzle body that will then spray a 10 by 10 inch area to kill that weed.
And as impressive as all of that technology is, the only concern I would have is what happens if one of them were to break? Can you take it apart individually and just fix that one part?
Yes, everything's retrofit. The cameras can be replaced, GPUs, every nozzle body, all that. Everything is relatively simple to replace.
Greer also was able to show us an up-close and personal look at the sprayer boom from Greeneye Technology and its multi-purpose use.
So the front part here is our broadcast side that, like I said, is going to be exactly what you had on your sprayer before we put our new booms on. And the back side here is our spot spray side. And as you see, the nozzles are set up every 10 inches going all the way across to 144 nozzles. That is the reason why we can save up to 90% of the chemical, because we're spraying every weed in a small spot. So what we do is we use your original tank that comes with the sprayer to run the broadcast side, and then we mount a 250-gallon tank somewhere on your sprayer that'll run the Greeneye side. And 250 gallons don't sound like much, but if you're only running 10 to 12% of what you normally do, it's more like having a 2,000-gallon tank. We've already done production for 23, but you can order now for production in 24. So right now, if you order soon, you'll have it before the spraying season next year.
That was David Greer with Greeneye Technology. Let's turn our attention now to the ag weather outlook. Wet and rainy weather is the forecast pattern that we are currently in the middle of. Last night here in central Iowa, we received some rainfall, in fact, about a ½ inch in places in the Des Moines metro. Today, mostly cloudy once again, and we have widespread chances for showers and thunderstorms around the state. Tonight, much of the same story. Widespread chances for thunderstorms, mainly the big threat tonight, and then tomorrow, chances for thunderstorms and showers are likely. Again, those chances range throughout the state, so make sure and check with your local Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network affiliate. But for now, let's turn to the National Weather Service and what's in store for the next 24 hours. As you can see from the National Weather Service, today mostly cloudy with widespread chances for showers and thunderstorms. Tonight, widespread chances for thunderstorms. Tomorrow, chances for thunderstorms with showers likely. Now taking a look at our affiliate weather map for Saturday. Cherokee, a chance for thunderstorms, then showers likely, a high around 74. Shenandoah, slight chance for thunderstorms, and a high around 83. Des Moines, a chance for thunderstorms, high around 82. Albia, chance of thunderstorms, high around 84. Waterloo, chance of thunderstorms, then showers likely and breezy with a high around 77. Clinton, a slight chance for thunderstorms, then a chance for showers, and a high around 80 degrees. For a more detailed forecast in your part of the state, make sure and check with your local Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network affiliate. And that's been a check of the Ag Weather Outlook. That also brings us to the end of this episode of Ag Matters PM. You can find all of our content on our website at iowaagnet.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and LinkedIn. And you can find our video content and previous episodes of AMPM on our YouTube channel. Don't forget as well our free twice-daily market podcast, which are found on Apple, Amazon, Google, Spotify, and Podbean. From the IARN studios in Des Moines, I'm Mark Magnuson. On behalf of Riley Smith and Dustin Huffman, we thank you for watching. This has been Ag Matters PM.